Flying white balloons and chanting, "We want peace." Colombians came from all over the country to march to the capital's iconic Plaza Bolívar.
If we all unite, I think we can achieve peace. We need it for the well-being of our children and the well-being of all the people who live in rural regions.
Few people would argue against peace, but how to get there after decades of conflict between government forces and armed leftist rebels divides Colombia. Gustavo Petro, the mayor of Bogota, was himself once a rebel fighter with a group called M19. He says reconciliation is the only way forward.
This is a message to the state, to the FARC, to the ELN, to the warlords that destroy our people. It's a message to those who still don't believe that peace in Colombia is possible.
The day started in a somber mood, with President Juan Manuel Santos saluting the thousands of victims of conflict among the armed forces.
After 65 years and so many sacrifices and so many victims and so many soldiers and police who have fallen in combat, we now have the opportunity to approach an end to this conflict.
April 9th is a very symbolic day for Colombians. In this exact location, 65 years ago, Jorge Eliezer Gaitan, a reformist presidential candidate, was murdered, unleashing the wave of violence that continues to this day. According to polls, Colombians are deeply divided on the way to bring the conflict to an end. Critics of the current peace process, such as human rights professor Rafael Guarin, say Santos is negotiating behind the nation's back.
This march legitimizes a peace process that will only offer impunity, electability, and will keep out of jail people who committed atrocious crimes.
Peace talks are expected to resume next week in Cuba between the government and the largest and most powerful rebel group, the FARC. The message from these people: now is the time to bring this conflict to an end. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Bogota.